Ghana be krabeshe obiabe inti wakwa akonya company bia ombe commence event center Empress. You see, government is a continuum, okay? So it's not a matter of NDC NPP, it's the government of Ghana. The government of Ghana is currently building the largest event center in West Africa. It is called the Accra Convention Center at the Ghana International Trade Fair premises, LA. It is going to be a 20,000 seater being built for Ghana by Ghana. Work should have crossed some 70% by now. You read all the literature on it. I can't try to say, oh, work should have been completed and handed back to government by the second or third quarter of 2025. Say second quarter, we are looking at June, July, we're looking at September, October, built for Ghana using Ghana money. So if you've come to power, okay, and this is the project going at the trade fair, 20,000 seater, and you tell us that we are now going for look for another money, the word is to commence a new event center that will serve a larger capacity. I asked myself, where are you? And they are 20,000 seater, and it's for us and yeah MPP, and yes CPP.
So do you think sen carbine trade fair or not? Trade fair?
The president himself knows that if government is a continuum and is talking about large sitting event centers, the Accra Convention Center is a large sitting event center still under construction. So why do you pause that one and say we are going to commence another one? I can go to the phone and read Brofo Waka, you know. To finish when? When a buying ama will be contracts or see your read the third quarter of 2025. We are in the first quarter of 2026. Munson is a bra. Convention center no other na wunjuye. A 20,000 seater. Can we complete it? Still under event centers. Empress, if you are a practitioner, of course, and thank God 1, 2, 3, you are all here. And yet they be na your problem. Then they say here large seater. 20,000 seater. And how is it? I told you so, Obokoye. They don't get 20,000 seater. They don't get 20,000 seater. But again, the National Theatre is too small for them. 1,000, 5,000, 6 maximum. Can we get 5,000, 4,000, 3,000? The amphitheaters, we started small across the country. What is the update of those amphitheaters? The update of those amphitheaters, the update of the Accra Convention Center at the Trade Fair, the update of the Marine Drive is the true state of the nation as far as our art sector is concerned. So if I didn't hear some of these things, I wouldn't be happy.
Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity to contribute to the report that has been laid. I want to start off by quoting a statement that was made by the former Vice President of the Republic, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, at the launch of the NPP's manifesto in 2024. Mr. Speaker, he says that, and this is when he was giving an update on the performance of the Gold for Reserves and Gold for Forex program. He says, I'm happy to say that the two policies that helped rescue the economy from the catastrophe in the recent crisis were the Bank of Ghana's domestic gold for the domestic gold purchase program and the gold for oil program. The pilot has worked for a number of companies, some of which wanted to take Forex out of the jurisdiction. We have thus found a solution to profit repatriation without destabilizing our local currency. He goes on to say that, Mr. Speaker, my government will completely institutionalize what I call the Gold for Forex program, even as we intensify efforts to transform the structure of the Ghanaian economy. Simply put, the domestic gold purchase program is a policy which allows the Bank of Ghana to boost its foreign exchange reserves by buying locally produced gold with cedis. And he goes on to talk about the benefits, including the fact that gold will now become the anchor of the Ghanaian currency. Mr. Speaker, earlier today when we met the Finance Ministry, the Bank of Ghana and the Gold Board, we put a question to the governor who was represented by the second deputy governor. Is the policy to buy gold to shore up our reserves, be it in bullion or in forex, new? And her answer was categorical. She said no. Mr. Speaker, it is a matter of public record that in 2021, the MPP administration came up with the domestic gold purchase program, which seeks to ramp up our reserves by using CD to buy gold and shore up our bullion reserves, or by using CD to buy gold, trade it for forex, and add it to our forex reserves. Mr. Speaker, if therefore a couple of years down the line, our colleagues on the NDC side come to power and they find this policy useful, they don't need to attempt to rebrand it and give it a new name as a Ghana Accelerated National Reserve Accumulation Policy. They don't need to do that. What they need to do is to be candid to the Republic of Ghana and say, we inherited a working program. And probably what we want to do is to build on it. You need candor in economic policy management. Don't try to rebrand it, give it a new name, polish it with some colors, and now create the impression that it is something new that you are thinking about. Mr. Speaker, we asked the government side today what the two pillars of this gold component are. And they told us that they will be using CD to buy gold to add to the bullion, and using CD to buy ASM gold, trade it for forex, and add to forex. Mr. Speaker, that is gold for reserves and gold for forex. You can turn it, you can bake it, you can cook it. It is still the same thing. So, Mr. Speaker, we on this side will support this policy because what they have done is to continue what was introduced by Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia. Yeah. Mr. Speaker, we encourage them that today's voter is sophisticated and understands what's going on. When you introduced the commitment controls, we have commended you that it is actually a good policy. You don't need to go on with this thing where every time settings. Admit it that this is a program you inherited and you are continuing. Mr. Speaker, the second point I want to make is that what this government has now announced as a policy demonstrates the confusion in their circles. A few weeks ago, this government told us that they were of the view that we had so much gold concentration in our reserves, and so they have sold 50% of our gold reserves and converted it into US dollar-based assets. Mr. Speaker, there are questions about that transaction already, the timing, the scope, and the window with which it was done. And already we have filed motions to have that transaction and then the losses on the gold purchase program properly investigated, without prejudice to whatever the outcomes will be. They have now come back to this house that they are asking for policy approval to go and, among other things, buy more gold to shore up our reserves. Why would you sell 50% of our gold reserves only to turn around a few weeks later that you want policy approval to go and buy more gold? And by the way, at the time they sold the gold, prices were around $4,000. By now, it's somewhere around $5,200. So already we have lost about $1,000 an ounce on the quantities they sold.
I remember your time is up.
And I'm going to say 10 cities, people can have 5 cities. He said, they are 10 years my soul. I never boy. And if that's money, I 2 years more than enough for the end of Patch or Massam.
All right, Charlie. The Mamuni na kwaba ba another edition of Political Zone. Baby, I show me free be. I hope so. Hoye, Mr. Mehoye pa. Yami adaro ma mehoye. Dia mesra one say obe share page na mame. Se o share me sabria na weja comment. Say the beya me to me every be. Say o adventure and also ubi to me the aba. Ewo topic I maybe discuss no home. And then Wednesday, you better nyamiase. The edikane no meda nyamiase se wabo yi na ye ho ban na boni ni musu biara antoye na techremada bodwiem mojedi mu afurusane hu me na mehu Mempai Bonne said the Dawa Comaso. The Emma Wujina Swa, what about me live so? When your man in Remuma. My can say, you know, Name Denya say, for the life of your flag bearer, the waistcoat of Ghana politics, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You better obey the as say what born the by because yet is na say evacuate on a yamame oba penny Hajia Samira Ifri Kata Doha. Nyamiada Roma information yes we are to me and we are privy to ne say Wamhoye Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on any hokeni Hajia Samira Bawumia omu safe and sound. Me say omu kodi dwuma bi kura e Saudi Arabia sa na yenya ntie no. Enu ntie bede nyame ase se otumi ebo omo ho ban na ebia bibi boni ebia na nkese se eba no entumi amba yetumi edi omo afiri ho successfully aseda enkenyame. Medasi wi a na medasi esoma the two living presidents, former presidents, the two living former presidents of our dear nation. The Deacon, His Excellency John Ejikun Kufuor, Nakopon in Shirao onto Kwandem. Na Aba Miame Papa Adudi Kwekwa Budani. Also Nakopon in Shirao non Shira Ufie 4. Na ontonko sumpejao enko adumu. Infra dum kwadum kese pemu na osompa ene nnwuma pa obeye de ma Ghana no yehu na yente ase na ochina eba ne se yenkoto aba ha yetumi ahu de enti a yeto aba na yeto aba so ensunsuanso a ewo ene nti mesere nyame nhira ede mamo ene mofiefo nyina ewie ne sa na medenya me ase ema MPP minim se eka binom a nanka ejadem nanka debia yebetena ha na ye coronavirus new cases nanso onyame enam kwan bi so ekoso a adom yen ekoso a papa ti bom kakrakra sometimes you can say if ya sebe ntawantawa kra nim no na kire se odonim enye den ya yakoye nipa idie ntawantawa beba yanso ni na mu no nyame aboye ho ban ema MPP eda so te ase ntimechia executive se wo ni na mechia won so a omoboa ema party ni gina brane ka grassroots obi a play whatever role ema MPP to me gina brane no we say nyame nhira edema. Most importantly mo amojebre na mo de behwe Felix appear political zone. Some of you has been with me since 6 years and it's been an awesome time. I've always enjoyed and as a DBA manage say me bana mitumi enemo ebe dwendwene niama ho ntino medamo ase. Now and there say utie news ya ekoso ewie mu a yes ya papa Ibrahim Mahama wakoto new jet na Mrs. Ankofo inangasa omo kasa amentiasi o yes wakoto new jet na Ghana funi bi etikwa pai ene ibedi sa jet no ho nkomo but I don't think say it should be a surprise to anybody say Ibrahim Mahama akwakoto jet. However, the ayenye beye wa ha ne say ye bedwene ensem bi a abrantie bi a ye friend Raf Rafi Sebio se uyi oni ya koko difference ye wo mu a na eno ne say ya koko ni nsuo to na sa wo ba o se o show de no o show ba na obi a pese woro no no se awode no eno kwa ne difference ye wo ya koko etimi ya koko ya making ekuro bi a ye friend senase a wo eastern region e ho na no wo mo pese mu hu se the American ye no kre ana ye no kre no my mom reference. Uni mobi or what's nasi be a movie and say one and a friend Yakuku on the catch. Now Ralph Nack can sing be a sebu and never said that to me boy say me bono 11111. And measure that bono 1111 said the bear you bet to me a breaking in that down. Nayama a tea for 80 so a hunibia air the echo. Until you ever talking about that. Then also I would like to play something like this, and then that is where I will start from. I want to start from our upcoming registrations. Oh, yo. Oh, madam, sorry. Me, I thought, say, well, but Anka, me, be you cry, Anka, mama, where you cry.
Briefly on Dr. Baumia, Nihajia.
Me patrol you. So, yeah, please go ahead.
And yeah, say you can't want them now, Obianco twisted facts.
Exactly.
Let me say, Yawadano. Yawadana, Dr. Baumia free Ghana. With the attention so on Saudi Arabia. Someone winning said, almost 3 years near your soul. You saw elections, Musa, yeah, make up from 2023 all the way till now. On shedding your point,
yeah.
Every year, a baby some cobon pie. Now, oh, shit, we do more own team in Conti. I've seen Yamia do my way, no apply, let's say, on a Hajiabeco, no more cobon pie, and Nasi Empire, nay, why we need you know Muslims. It's Thursday, no free here. Now call with Qatar Airlines, Qatar Airways. It's a Qatar. There's only some Mefadoha.
Me patrol.
Doha now. Mobile transit to Saudi Arabia. And I said, CAT.
Oh.
It's the whole Doha airspace was closed.
Yes, true.
And I'm when you say airlines, there no hospitality. They took care of all their
passengers.
Everybody, passengers, no. They were all well taken care of. In the free Doha, Saudi Arabia. Me sure by now we do Saudi Arabia. Nyame bought you. Obekome Kanwakobon Empire. Now, me say Yame boa Fiada. Minister Fiada will be free Saudi Arabia. Meaning, so on headed towards the UK. Salamati.
Okay.
That and that's what baby feel. And now Obi Busa, no.
You
have a Chobia Concord Rescue.
You
Ghana by Encore Rescue. One country will be outside the watch and him to hear rescue.
good.
In any case, Ghana by Encore Rescue, and then nobody call rescue the plane. I'm fine. And see, Miss Samoa, outside where the actual Bontin said he was evacuated. Evacuated with what?
You. Thanks for that.
If I told Bianco evacuating, I sent two Nipa fire. No, Bian assemble two the same thing. So bomb the bed 2-3 days.
Okay.
I will do her. They are well, Yamian, Omoka bomb Paye, Yamibwa, or Fiada, free Saudi Arabia. No more head, they either home or to the UK. And it be San Common, but you saw me.
Okay. No, try answer. Based on that same way, I want to ask something. You have been following politics for some time, and your media space, they have now the news agency will put such stories out. First and foremost, Ghana Media Commission and Ghana Journalists Association, do they audit these news firms now? Because when you put out things like that also countermounts to what we call false publication, and then causing fear and panic, because will be the doctor and what say in our bad or no so what I say. Meanwhile, that is not the actual thing on the ground. So why hasn't government in, government out dealt with this issue? Say a news agency like Joy News able to make their same say at home, and now that are not the facts, and there is still no punishment. There is still no just a cassetia be part and say be a better say there be and yen crowd doesn't come from any. Why has it been so? I don't know,
I find it difficult to answer. No craning yammy. I'm so when you're no Pony Fatine, Mustafa Hamid, honorable, almost between our church because I want to why you for quite as ministers until they know how these things work. But if any misinformation, someone is so be up so or yes, sensational. That is one. Number two, Mamma Refisa buying the watch, you know. I buy to a bad press, no, and why a day, and then never know what we say. A 200 president in years, my photo jet. A bad press. 18 sure so you know what tries on baby be a baby attention. A free bad press, no, Coco, some woman can be yet. Okay. And the president's brother, Papa talk. Lena, and also questions the blue woman. And Tokoya, I'm not about me, and Papa Cado Hay. Tokoya, but the prices, full prices in Pomu Church, and be a check. I woman can't and there. Oh, and Muntina, I watch it. 18, a man should try. Your baby has also pay attention. And Mr. Dr. Baumia is the leader of the opposition. 18 said the leader of the opposition, you catch us and one question will be a second many or three will be uncommon as will be a couple of sanity. And in I say Dr. Bami and into the communication team in 8 in Iowa. And into I man from Manfasha, I am this speeder. You do baby, say to be the Baba catch them say, and yes, sir. About me, the Qatar Airlines in the 2 point. Okay. Qatar Airlines, no, if you don't have.
I know I capital and Qatar near the main country, no. Oh, Qatar.
Transit or
Doha, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But that's how we other passengers of and then you may we're free.
Doha.
What do Saudi Arabia? One empire. Now say we're Simuaba. Yam NDC may you should Dr. Baumia and Fama may diversion. Dr. Honye empire one or boy. Okay. As a bomb pie. Boy.
Okay. You made us say Medan so otherwise bione clarification or the eye then or the aba asemu we mu. NDC they said I'm back and ne omo komo kakra na ibedi ha na answer na no mesre say me patro ya start registration say wo ye MPP ni mapa na oje MPPD say MPP ba o man ho to ne dia mesre say registration na ya start na fa ho shame constituency be our mention for message me I want to know where I can register me patro a polling stations are auto about I believe so. The honor omo true dino mesre ebio so no you will need your ID. I don't know Sister Ellen Pacho or a bit information about that. Me Pacho and registration. Okay. Okay.
Polling station.
Okay.
But I'm MPP sympathizer.
Okay.
Sani panel, obetimi working into any MPP constituency office, regional office, national office. Okay. No control within say an MPP member. Diaspora also obetimi aba. No abetro so diaspora. Yeah. No ajene why order for the party card. Okay. And no. And I 1 year party adwuma ye ni abre. Say your polling stations ye be say ye wa adwuma. Sani panel and I miss me encourage mu nyina asa munye bi. Mamunye ordinary party members. Yeah. So your ordinary party member there. Why not? Put me right in a party office and then no go through obi ampamo. But when you are bringing up we are part of the reorganization. We are part of the party. That should be a opposition be a person who elections are. Baby, I would say baby, I would to Abba. Baby, I would to Abba. Ufa voters ID now, polling station also. Yanina also. Okay. Baby, I would to Abba. It is our polling station. Not quite our polling station, MPP secretary and MPP chairman. Yeah. Naturally, it's we are party. Okay. We MPP, you person who throw within your polling station. Now I come meeting, on my meetings, see this one week, I'm say baby. No meeting, if you know what you would do, no making sure so we didn't know polling station registering. If you say, yeah, polling station elections now, we didn't polling station register anymore.
On to
me, you know, was our polling station. If it's a time for free, now to about her. Now, only Munti, Chamberlain and call for one, or who fear with him. And then fear who free.
So,
because polling stations are very, very localized. It's me to send me round when she. Now, me call Faru polling station. Almost in the fear, free, almost only.
Yeah. Okay. A democrat.
Polling station elections. I mean, you chairman.
Yeah, because we did a polling station
because we do.
Because we do polling station. Yeah.
The electoral area elections you do have it. Constituency do have it.
Yeah.
Region do have it. National do have it.
Yeah.
If you say we do a polling station,
correct. Correct.
For position, especially polling stations, electoral area positions. Because our polling station, now control within. Usually, baby, I would to waba, and now baby, I would say, I wouldn't say, hey, police station MPP for a war, then it's too difficult to find. Now, control within electoral commission be able to say any transfers. No transfer within the film, baby, I saw the battle. Now, what the other. Patroni American Swat. The same process, Omudu, diaspora and so the same process I must move from.
Okay.
It's who fell so making sure yourself, diaspora, baby, I want. Baby, I want to abandon.
Yeah.
Baby, I want your member who would do a war or more register.
Okay.
I want to wear your beer, no calling any moon yam and your party, man. You can still be a member.
Yeah.
And walk into any party office.
Yeah.
In fact, I said it's almost the short code to be clear about you can even register.
Yeah.
Online,
yeah.
They are not so buying that one thing.
Okay.
I don't know not just all your ordinary
party member. Okay.
The polling station, yeah.
Okay.
Can we saw control shop bet you would use?
Yes.
I'm saying this is a year. To go and watch here. That's it.
You, my sweet sister Ellen Amadeko, for the explanation. And until for Mesho bien kunai. Moamuti mi firikede, Miss Ramo, a few way, Monkotro Mudin, Emma MPP. Wow, shed their air quia, Abe, Accra, Sebe Yang, Yehodi and Cabeni, did home, and there Monshed your mama, ya benaye den aye. Was going to make a young one and whenever be so a win out of war, and then no need so yesu. A rehoa, a quiafoa, a wagan, a magan, a gina, AD, no, and yare hoketua, no to the mestre. Mama young got through ding. Na into me, Emway a homoding. Na Yamea Domoa 2028. Yamfa sa ho den no, sa force no, and Fankota His Excellency Alaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiani MPP. Na yempamon krofo ya for the second time oma chere Ghana for say eba na memwu dia omonya de eba na memwu a omumbu meka na sa no na we dia meye sumo e bi keke me pa cho ye elections ye be kui what we are looking for is a formidable force and I say a nine ding 1 year womo to me opepa say omubi tumi aye adwuma e de amaye adane de ni na ya na meka no me app yi so say the fact say me Felix me pe amafosu de kono nkyere say udi meti a also kope amafosu de ko I believe say esunobi ani ne ti and esunobi ani the way a odwene ne ama hofa ofosuya Matthew Ofosuya de commit you me that say it doesn't necessarily mean say it's also fan. So whoever you believe in, no, you do your best to campaign for them and make sure say it goes so. But me person me a notable mention ewa ha nchia kese pa enkoma the incoming general secretary of NPP Henry Kwabena Kukufu na saying Oshena why hot to media no so pa obeti a radio station ha ye TV ha ne ade okobia so a onwu animo ase na no pa me hwe no adom na one honorable aka na na ewo ho na ohwe ne dexterity a ode church and say mu a na say Kukufu is a typical communicator who can revamp the communication atetia pansam ewe ye MPP mu a say social media for a mobile boy yen na chesanka MPP sabi your communication no kra de ye hunu de esie mekai say ebere bi a etwemo ye mpani bi ene joy there be GH1 for ekodi nkuta ho sa question by na nini na be gina so say dia communicators ni bebre shia yen na say ishia o ma no mo kanu na ye no kre say the communication wasn't properly how do you call it financed. Now Sister Ellen is part of the communication. Intimate person maybe no certain things. And yes, Anka maybe no how the situation of financing of them, Kasama Party, how it has been handled for all this while. Chairman Kukufu said, or the son 25 years experience, or the atana communication mono, or the ba the aba besom MPP amano kui. Say you share ne bravado even with the media. As a general secretary, no, as I say, we know be a utumi kasa, ubi a utumi vibrant, ubi a se okasa, etumi ko, and ubi a onye somebody easily to back down. And say Oshe Kukufu times waba politics more or their communicating na he has shown say ebano on the media na omontem very good, and he can leverage on sa ibu na media no ewademano no Sebio to leverage the agenda of the MPP party. And you know, he's calling and he's asking, say ebreno so say ye kotoa bana delegates who are mobeto sa aba no making sure say monfa party no ento makoma so kane monhu ni say baby ayedro dia ekoso ye ni onyamo a Sebio yetena ho ma yedinunu gotemu ebrebi no and then nyamia dawroma me de bia meka. I think the rebirth of MPP started at the mosque and also at the church when His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia went to thank God for winning the primaries for the MPP. Oko mosque ho a the enthusiasm nipe puba ho na okosha sorry dem so Sunday no dey see ya na say party no yes nkakrakra eba eno nti ehia wo mo a mbetumi abe den ebeso adwuma nimu na omo ayo me pa cho de ame ka obi betie mi America ne say empanifo ne bebere a yekoto omo so aba no ye de obia wo ho a ye de adwuma ye den ye de adwuma hye ne nsa eno nti no moma ye misa say adwuma no ayeyie sabe na obi ena na ewo each of the positions are yes standing for no enu nti ye behwe say onipa yeyi no ene de ede na ba ye na adwuma obeye na chen de yeyi no na ana say enchen na watumi agina so de aye den e de make a choice but me de for general secretary ne de I have settled on Dr. Henry Kwabena Kukufu Esquire for his in-depth knowledge on geopolitics of today. Funny enough, with his age and everything, or he's so Gen Z oriented, say in the race, so far he is the Gen Z candidate in terms of how we're all running the operation, setting up a website, putting information on the media for people to get access to and all of that, being visible to the camera so the youth that probably didn't know about him can know more about him and get to know him more. The only thing the other day in America is I think he needs to let people know who he truly is more. Apart from because politics there, I believe say baby I didn't 2 year biano or boy juma. Last and na make us say say last no this week Monday no na make us say I didn't na MPP. Na say ye kwa abato a de bia ye twen say bantama votes beba. Sa say me mama hwe delegate bia ade na ye koye no ye pe womo a womo agin hini womo anim wonyam a womo tumi kasa ekodwom na ye de womo akọ tie ni ye ebra na chairman Kokofu chairman wo bantama for 2 terms no. We used to call his constituency then the Florida. Florida. Meboa. Adentia because MPP for train say Florida votes beba. Because when Florida votes comes not just a year parliament and as a year presidency. And this same Kukufuya and ne ye pese ye kachre ye say or more bra on you be on call baby ada we fairly. Now say crowd ya mekote yes jama scandal be EP inso scandal na yante ye call public accounts committee mo ye ni na ye video me be born ha omu praise ne say a good stewardship Kokofu bo adwuma e wo EP omode ne call ye nenso ebinom say scandal bi kopie mu ye twen so omode sa scandal ne be ba betudwa na ye ni na ye hu no ebinom say na onya juicy appointment obi a okọ ya sebio okọ EP ho no na adwuma esese sebi ekoso kra no na enko so ho but me no eno no ye governance nti eno hia me pese me hwe ne party adwuma waye de nti American fu Kokofu de ama obi a o make na yet no de nti American fu sebi Kokofu ama no or you be a waye polling station executive da waye constituency executive da regional executive da why like in terms of national, in terms of MP, where the MP da. So what I say, and I don't think say bantama for a to abadema Kokofu say uncle representative more parliament, and I say bantama delegate here a year Kokofu chairman for 2 terms, and the Serbian predia samanu susumina so na oma jene ejimi, and now one nimu answer say Kokofu nyobia Kokofu mbo number Kokofu ntumi ejuma yes ye de waba yes sign the work could be as near pian crowd the work or the parliament. Enunti mesre chairman Kokofu ejuma ye de share nensa as chairman, and every political party is looking for a vote. The amepesa ojeje chairman Kokofu ne say oye nipa obewo no inform so mimi nimbi ebi awuso nimbi. That is not what we are looking at. Yentre positives and also does the positive outweigh the negatives, and that is how we know say you were a good candidate. Yet the constituency share nensa for 2 terms. Nini na would deliver the Florida vote. Bantama vote no eba soro ema yitumi de yeden yitumi de baabemu. When Kokofu was the what? When Kokofu was the chairman of Bantama. Now, since ya oba parliament so obey parliament edumano, and this is by the records. After him, no, we have had 2 MPs. A year unyamimfa ne krensi honorable Ochem Abuaje when yan baby ko ene ye mebra me onokra as a menen be pa na obenya chem kakra but oweni mu wi as a chairman in life ye asenso boache e bae. Now one thing about bantama me science esua ye ne say ye constituency bi a omo repeat candidate, so meaning why that dynamic is there. And Oko back in history, Krana, Ubia ni bantama utumitana bantama more than 2 terms. Wakwa koswa also with the wakwa and 2 terms near change you. Okay, so lawyer Kokofu became excuse me to say the face of Bantama's election. Naturally, in parliament. The numbers ya or they call no se party for a motion me penny for a muti me se mobeka no kra number onya ye no ya papa chamabuaje entumi anya sa number no e parliament figures na making nipa dodo a epu beto abama Kokofu as the MP no enye the same amount and a koto aba edema eye ye papa ochema boaje a wenya ne baby ko. Funny enough, ye papa senso boache kra na wabe the star boy of Bantama. Ni 2 times ya odiako parliament ni na no vote ya Kukufu nyaye edeko parliament is higher than the Asenso boache nyaye. Even though the Asenso boache juma wabe yo, but be CBC party office ni na dia mom e dia share constituency na nyunya. You understand? Enunti obia apart from sa edwuma no was serve on regional financial head I'm like committee where to elections committee chairman and all these other party machines are yede ahye Kukufu nsa se Kukufu ko han na kohwe se obetumi ayema na yeyi a etumi akoyema na yeyi yede na ba aban mu na okwa aban mu wenko wieska utie wenko wieska o wanko fahwe nkrofo grabo niama nkrofo fansa ase ne ade no oso ono de dia yede ma no eye na ketua enu nti eno nko aho dwuma ena obedie enti ampa we free aban mu ya public account committee office ya yede Kukufu share NDC for a bar who be take over mo be bo Kukufu abaso se Kukufu aye dwuma. He's one of the praised MPP for yede omokoye serious no one of the praised people are NDC ni MPP for ni na bo na abaso say in fact Kukufu ba ye no wakoye dwuma me pa cho onye nipa jenjan Kukufu onye nipa jenjan kwesipi no to ne nwumbi wase unua ne me anka wo mpeme unua ne me anka wo mpeme ede ebe ankra ne nte ede yi eden o time bebrebe minu mienu ni na ye papa ne Kukufu anka ye pe ye meme ni na sebi atumi awo ahwe ye ma edu baabi ebinum kra wi a omosenye ne ye nanso ena ye tuwe unless sa afi na guest bi be ba be ka se Kukufu ne menyem ya wanje but the ayen nimu de wahwe ne mani nara ama omuni na aso abobra ye po bi owo character ye po bi owo zeal ye po bi owo nimde ne accolades ne niam ekura no ne subanye ati ne mu ne principled behavior ne disciplinarian behavior eye good for the party NPP ono na make am for na ma ebre no so na se obeto aba to aba na Kukufu na ontumi embedi general secretary na omwa na ye party no enkonenim madam ase na second part sendra me ye live bi me promises anka me de nia me bi be kire the american say wa we ye me supporter wa we ye madamfo wa we ye me listener na ebia endra uhu me in a different light be a one peno me nipa me form so a bema a me no esese mesre boniface enu nti say bia udi machi na we some people were saying disappointed that normal say obey disappointed, but that does not change who I am and the principles I stand for. And I just want to say this is not to apologize for anything because God knows the videos are there. I didn't say anything bad about anyone. However, I just want to put it out there. Say more me fans, more me now for me one way or the other. No one person can be who said banter be crack or so me page so I call me page. So I take responsibility for that. Again, me science wa patrol because Endra me program no me who say na I say encrophobia ebefro so ana me nanfufu bi ana say political commentators here be aye wa he bi befro so na omomo submission. Initially I thought it was some mere thing, but later on I was told to say it is an ongoing beef be a ekoso and me page no na ebe pie also no nti se mu hu se me dum me live na me dum live no because na me mpese obi beba so na wabeka bibia kotia obi na ebia onipa obekwa akoka no na wankoka ne yie na akofa asem fofraba enu nti na ma endra me dum live no ebra me hu say na things were getting heated and said ebeya yenkudidi obi atem ane mate minim say enamoframem ensempi nanso yene me akasa one ye domie one kra end domie. To be funny enough Obi to make us say, me Felix, me your fan, but I deal with them strength. If I won't crown kumukra, now we are too big for that. And funny enough, Endra so mami who me worth on these platforms. Endra mami who me mudro and now me wait. Ewo platforms are a so. And to be honest with you, I was really touched by the countless messages here. Kofu Bibri SND me ane Sir Felix odie do say what wante and hunti again I would say I am not going to pay any mind to whatever agenda that is being pushed in place. I believe last Wednesday I did say some things here and I never mentioned nobody's name. Lastly, never have I stood anywhere, okay, to say, make we see appear, me yimin samusika $45,000 at the ma Dr. Bawumia, me patro men kasa o baby ada. What did I say? The American say, we have all helped one way or the other. Now say if you think the only way to be recognized and I said Juma is to maybe do your type of communication, I know. But I spent 8 months in Ghana. Those of you who are here, this is what I said because I was misquoted. So I want to clear that and then we move on. Say I handed that money to Dr. Bawumia. It is never true. I never said that. I talked about my 8 months in Ghana, campaigning all over, including my constituency, Gomoa West, which evidence is there to show, following the second lady and the man himself on certain places, things that I had to spend, places that I had to sleep, all those and people that I had to spend money to whatsoever. It cost me that much. And I actually realized it when my thing was sent to me, when my statement was sent to me, and I noticed what has actually been spent. I have the screenshot of it here, or I have it here. However, not to fuel anything or not to start anything, I have decided to park anything that has to do with that conversation off the limit. 2, whoever I give an opportunity to come on this platform to talk, I will plead with you. Moving forward, I plead with you people. Moving forward, please do not come on my page to mention anybody you have a personal vendetta with on my page. The uni obi ewo entokwa, uni obi wontokwa da debia. I believe we all have platforms. Mama injina sa de so, but also what I say, Mama injina sa de so na yen kwanko solve no abonting. We should not use the platforms we get to destroy or say ill and even lie to the extent of lying on others, all in the name of give the dog a bad name and hang it. Intimacy. Oba mi page so they are a dahwa ye kan wasem utumi can be. Sandra obi ko bo wasumo page bi so na went to me and reply no wa enya mi page so ena side ni besi. And hunti ena endra eban sa afei su bio we come me moderators efri neko mesremo obia onye consistent member, especially TikTok has say obia onye consistent supporter of political zone mesremo say time ni do say ye fan crofo ebeka sa do your best not to bring them up. Yesterday, something happened whereby I picked somebody I thought was all nice. We are all lovely. Only to find out, say, the person came, stood on the platform, recorded what was being said, and sent it. And later on, I walked in on the live. They were using that same information to go against each other. I don't want that to happen on my page. From today going, the page is back in full effect, doing what it was meant to do. And that is to let Ghanaians know the bad leadership of NDC and the good policies that had advanced Ghana of MPP. That is what I stand for. That is what I'm pushing. If you have any personal stuff, cool. If what I'm saying doesn't sink in well with you, say the American and yawode na enunti so ubi decided say Felix Okra me nkoni page subiwa, that is also welcome. I believe we have other wonderfully talented speakers on this app that we can all go and support. So one Felix here, and no chance why bonnet, there be only a bonnet. You just don't want to watch Felix. Nobody should force you, say by force, go Felix, when there are other varieties and options. Because you might not like maybe what I'm saying. I'm not here to say everything that will suit you or make you happy. There are times I will say things that you won't be happy with. But that is how we are able to build. Just as iron sharpeneth iron, so does the countenance of a man sharpens the countenance of his fellow. Nobody is bigger than anybody. Nobody is mightier than anybody. Each of us has individual skills that set us apart from the rest. I would advise you to find your own, invest in it, and let it work for you. These are the most important things I would want you as my supporter and my follower to start working with. Thank you. All right, so eneme baya na aseda maybe me aseda ifri makumemu ekoma His Excellency the miracle worker, the man with the magic wand, John Dramani Mahama Excellency. Nyame adawroma sisi menya Mahama no munua no mba na baako a mekɔware no ai sisi ni de ye jiskana kofie sisi mekɔware Mahama fie ho eno nti nyame so ayadom ama sabio mense no ye sikafoe ye se ye nyame hwe kura as a matter of fact jollof ne ade a ye beno ani nara wo mo afa hoka a eno no enya ade a eda fom kura eno nti mesre se efiri na kwei koku akuafo yesremo why munsusunsu yesremo afi ne yato jet no nyame ya adom a ye beto ship ne wi a na ya pekwan a ebetumi atua moka mesre wo mamo mesema ware koku akuafo munya isu teacherfo munya isu na mo sabi sika no ebakora na eduane na modeto enti munya isu na meka komanim no na the miracle worker for my family, my new to be or soon to be family, the Mahama family. Nyame aye adom ama ye de another milestone and I say another huge asset the aka ebusuano esika ho enche yebia na mobeka the miracle worker John Dramani Mahama ebo modern etinchim azuma company nsa nkakrakra na oma atoforsen ni ti ho kwabo ne space se media mediti hey ebo modern ekoje $100 million wo bra ni yentua nurse for ka yentua teacher for ka na yedema Ibrahim Mahama se won fa nkogbo apu no fa nkodi ewu na won kwaje nkrofo property emfimfiri wo monsa emfamre yen ampa sisi yaje eyesa voter black voter base no yaje ediama ebusua anyame ya adomo a next month me ko warim the Mahama family na eno enso hwa samohwa ene abobo ya enshedam fiscal maybe ntino sese no yede yeniasi excavator so sawo beka ya ebra na MPP wo power no na yen NDC for the aye kan say eye excavator no kra na ebetumi a yen ba ne meboa ane enti no na ye ka say yin kan MPP for embane excavators in Ghana ampa ye ba yi nyame adaworoma Ibrahim Mahama a ono so eye miankasa miracle worker president John Mahama nua watumi akra bebre aba mende eye excavator ayefo excavator ayefo endra ye the videos bi kra send brem from Volta region e ho na me yem start say sheme first na me dream say news keke basa na ye galamsey wo Volta region insuo kakra na eja omuyimu nam adodi ni ade echi bi mayen ya sebe yetumi edebo ye bra no NDC for eba ye ende uko Volta region galamsey jinem na ye waha ena ye papa Ibrahim oto jet ba kubi enche bia ode kan ne dada jata bi na ewo ho no nti obenya 2 jets enamenu sunti ye president a mekoware ne baba ako ana mekoware ni fie John Dramani Mahama ebe ye se saade a ode Ibrahim Mahama plane ene bitu kwai yehuni ni na Mahama yobi a ho se opo bi a oya wanwade a ebura adwene ne ntiase so a John Dramani Mahama me patro mo tapo screen so na mo share wa mo TikTok no obi a ne miracle ebura adwene ne ntiase so John Dramani Mahama ya wa na yesi ya chi cocaine na aduane bibia ye boni bia no tumi ma ne yira na is it 2 weeks ago anameboa I might be wrong but I forgot the actual bia ena His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Kuruya ninua ye friend Ibrahim Mahama yini na ye bon semma no se sebio obon homoden ewo the way a o critic niama edema Ghana ene nnuma o critic edema Ghana. Now we as a family of Mahama decided that apart from say yenua Mahama ana yebra penny Mahama ebe yusu private jet no, we also decided say the driver and ne brother no and driver no as president and the driver ye hwehwe and onko danche ye wahana NDC for beka kire say ye ni ska ye betumi dia fan crofo adwuma ma na ye de betua crofo ka se moka ya 2025 His Excellency John Dramani Mahama could read the State of the Nation's address or could read the budget on behalf of Atoforsen on behalf of the president. And no more say Sike Nioma enimu Ekufuado wa employ obia enunti se mo Ghana for mo to abade ma NDC na NDC ba 2025 wa obefa mo adwumam ye handing over notes and a kwabena minta akandonum ekoye press conference ka kire yen Ghana fo nyina say oh eyampa omo de ye campaign say na nado amfanes fo adwumam but omo ba ye no omo abehu say there is an overlock and I say over employment. Yes, that's the word they use. Say na nado na ye say one fairness fo adwumam no wa over employed dodo. And ontumi ye den ontumi employ for the 2025 and unti announce for nya abotrema no na 2026 obefa mo adwumam. This was the promise of NDC. Announce for ni bi say ya kira ade sorry ya ye adwuma ye ntu ayeka me da say ya ye adwuma ye ntu ayeka eno hunti muntua yeka. The same akando ebaye. Ebeka say to me into ya say no omo 2026 na omubi tuya momo. This is what they told them. Now omo den trobinam na saying obi be exhibit wo how do you call it, one of the platforms. So one kasawo budget statement o ministers o president ka say mo ayentua amoka no yebetua amoka the next year. Now what time I communicate bi abeka kire say oh there be o omo order than the obi asika ko me patron obi asika na ekokos ya be demonstration say yensan kan ya ketua omo anka say yensa enka ye stipends and I say me how do you call it incentives so no mo kan ye adwuma wo mo aye na 11 months aye ntua omoka 12 months aye ntua omoka. Okay, that is what these nurses who came about was telling us. Now here, a teacher for us to say in Tiomoka. Almost all government workers are crying, saying Tiomoka. Kuku ekriafo ekem. And guess what your president continues to do? Sell the assets of the country. His special purpose vehicle. For those of you who think say a joke, Sabe Ibrahim Mahama yihuno. Okoka na omebiji now. She and Ibrahim Mahama and all engineers and planners and the mining one of the top. More country when Ibrahim Mahama's mining started becoming big in this country or in this part of the world. Ibrahim Mahama, more country before President Kufuor came. And even after President Kufuor, who actually gave him his first start at life, left, what was the state of Ibrahim Mahama? But His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has formed a special purpose vehicle to steal, loot monies for himself. Okay? Mr. Mahama, the way you are now, he's so smart to say onimukwanya ye fasu wieska ekataso. Onim de enti America sa. Mo kai say ye koto plane airbus ya. Ye pe special purpose vehicle no. John Mahama yan kofa aninu ya ye friend Samuel Adams Mahama. E man ko form company. Obi a uncle Legonda. Ye man Legon for certificate. E man Ghana passport. Obi o ye UK citizen. E man ko form a company a yedije 5 million euros at the bread of Mahama. It is not new. Ibrahim Mahama Jata Cement started 2021. Obi anko check it. 2021 anaduna wa bemu. As a matter of fact, Alan Chemante was part of the people omuko jina wa ye omo commission inside Jata Cement no. And in the speech of Ibrahim Mahama, he acknowledged that the incentives are only as a result of one district, one factory, because one district, one factory, and yes, sikan kwan ani edition. Ebi owa port no oba niama odi be fra ma no ne dia be ye company no yete soma wana say ye de ma free. Ebi owa taxes say utua no ye ma 5-year tax-free incentives. Ibrahim Mahama nankasa, go and read Ibrahim Mahama's statement 2021 when he launched Jata Cement. Inti Ibrahim Mahama is not somebody we don't know. Now, Wabeka Chere me say, or you're so super rich to the point saying the business is calling you chin. In any case, how long have they been in office? So are they telling us for the 1 year no mobile office in Ibrahim Mahama to me a page as an debbie? It is not a binder than a bonia. How was Ibrahim Mahama's business able to strive and stay afloat to even make profit? To even be counted as one of the biggest companies in Ghana? Think about it. Ebra na buying ewoso ebra na ne brother eye president 2013 no almost say aban na ye pa o na so Ibrahim Mahama ntumi amie ne companies apart from sa engineer and planners one na no ye aban na ye aban tantan na do aban ni mu no Ibrahim Mahama is able to build factories, build this, building this. What does that tell you? But what I want to center my point on and say, John Mahama adane ninu Ibrahim Mahama a special purpose vehicle ena odiwia Ghana ska wo kwan nyansa kwan so oya no wayi nanim de ahye nenia no nenia no oya osi o nenia no no wayi de ahye nanim ena omode bo Ghana kro no na mebo video na through the video no media yemfanto ho na media ansa abranti a friend Raf miwia wa opese obem no obetimi ayeden abem Ellen answer na mebo video na start no o bibi kan ana mento aso Ellen. Okay, I'm saying Ellen are you busy? Okay. Enti what we need? Yes, madam. Na me bisa say o bibi kan sa na my program na because yo me pacho ya ne ene pacho you assume na tie na de eba no wo abrantie ai pa abrantie bi amate say so e wadam for pa omo say open asem tu e say a friend Raf the Ghanaian citizen oh sorry I would did atem and then you Abrantie Rafi se obekaya Oliver Baker the recruit to no the neka ejuma John Mahama pese oye MPP time Abrantie we se galamse ikosuma ohun bida enu nti oma obiba ewuye ewo 37 ewo bra se sanka kola no koje ayaresa Abrantie se krono a yabo wo cathedral there on bida and they want to say oka cathedral so cause no he doesn't even want to talk about the cathedral adentia oko huri se ponko asebe ya sano foforo ewo cathedral barrier ye de asisu so na fuck shit no ono akasa ne president se cathedral ne ye ndiska na attorney general se cathedral no obi bibia anyere aye enu nti nanim aguase ontumi nka bio na we ni na no I blame the citizens of Ghana especially yene a yenim nyansa ya tena wiase a che kakra na wo benya papa panin toto sabiom prediasa 56 years 66 years say Raf ne do e word pa Raf ne do e word adentia cause Raf didi nanado papa panin atemunti no eyene de Raf ne do e word aden Raf de ko tutu ne 9 de awo woness for you say opegana for yi ntia Abrantie we ne Baker Vemewo said that the BB I see a friend freedom fighters be a Jimmy Sam freedom fighters be Ghana ye independence Sebio 1957 and ye independent and untina yam one so obi to say Captain Jimmy etumitina ho a support boys we say there is an some sort of freedom be somewhere to be gained. And almost start here. And there's a economic freedom of one freedom of didn't question. Some the that Ghana mebunu say. Ghana bebunu be the NT I want to me more brano and anado. A woman say ya the uko school se kosua de o de koye wi no one more bra. Nelso ye nanado ntina one more bra. No cresa oba ye share that the free education by se Kobi wo call ye wo say be udu ko trust be de e de konem de kotena fie nanso fa wo sombo e bona nado now one thing one of my lecturers said people who are failures in life always find somebody to blame their problems on opa shade obi a one bo brebia no or excuses and a man ko skuntia and a man yes kentia and I meant to me anyway, and I meant to me anyway, and I'm Sankwa. And they always want to find somebody to blame so they can take consolation in say, oh, after all, Mekrano, Bramidri, a president to deny it. Fast forward, they came to tell us so many things here. Nanado area, not Nanado, Odinisika Akoye. Moka say, baby, yes, Nanado Baba Ako, your man of $5 million. Is it? Yeah. No, $25 million. I beg your pardon. Say on Fankoye painting contract. Now, that time, no, yeah, MPP for Ankasa, ye di ye ho bone, tamana ya boabia samoano mo no, omudi ye bone pa, adintia. Every government contract be a agency in Kaho, and I say, baby, a ministry kwa contract ni free banner. Say, as a sanko, omutumi we edit to that, meboa. Then, and NDC for betraying government agency kwa, edit $25 million contract ma ekufuado ba. Say on Fanko painted the street of Accra. Near Sebi nim. But some okay. Okay. We were not able to tell these people, okay, office bank and the issues our contract no dem ekufuadoba. It was never like that. Rather, ekufuadoba na occur from company to company. Na wako sresre. Oh, me pese mi koye we yo momwa me kakra. Wa wo pene no amanibi. Nenso yenya same jamfia ene obi anane honam aye rokosopino ye kai no same ye kai same nkoko same twoba ye kai no endra picture bi aye de kire me na wo hwa same demfi afono toto atoto ne second to atoso na me so oh yes money is sweet same demfi asabi on preduasa 2 years ago 3 years ago sa wo ka kire ne say asabi on preduasa one ma aduane oma aduane kura nsu nni aso kura na wontumi no enne kohwe na otena se yi asena ba me tutumtuma ade atonani ewie Ghana de so nkwase asem so pa ho na obi omo election no ye jana chese ye see you ye bekwa akodi ska wo no ho na ne ama ba ni ntinese na same demfi agigi adamu style bi na Osha abranti animu mu bi ode to na say nkube na de sra no na animu shem na me say oh wow these people will pay Ghana for so na grow and this for be so mu be pay to destroy somebody thinking say one what titi afem they will never go unpunished. They would never go unpunished. Sami Demfi. He will never go unpunished. Abranti a woni school. Ene or a dollar man. Uchikas akese. Uchikas papa. And so in opposition and pro we could disca way, we could disca way, we could real way. The cocoon croffoso and the toton croffoso. Now, yes, oh, your phone sasha on sa nina and senum. A bra no more drink say omenya nanado, did in a tem. Omenya baumia, did in a tem, almost say MPP, almost say it in no moon nimu say a baby bedua. San semuya, one more can, one more they say MPP. They might come to power and they will be held to the same measure. And there, Omoba Bemi, Momayan Kanokre, and near me, Omujino opposition car, yes, and Yana Dina, and the NDC is working back on all of them. Now, AB and Amedebe share program, just a few segments we are say. Boy, na ka say me person me breaking it down. We are one word chair on obetumi ache. Okay, also then how Ralph on tia say obi akoka say Ibrahim Mahama akoto private jet kese pa dia odi abeka mebusu ya ho no say yesika no kwa na ekọ kokofo madinka ka kire mo teacher for mo kama no ntum say ye de airline dada no ana airplane dada no ye de be mamo na mo de aye emergency ambulance yanko
so to me say nobody actually diago. And you see some of the things these are some of the things that when you talk about it, they will say, oh, Ralph there, or NDC, Ralph there, or you then. Tell me if on your kwasia in a wojene Ghana, you come and ask me, say, a private owned business, we know, say, Ibrahim Mahama, no, the kind of business he does owns international recognition, owns African recognition.
Me pacho, we no me breaking it down, papa preko na me yare she. Ose wo a wo be kasa wo Ibrahim Mahama ne private jet na wakofa bia no we kwasea we jimifo adentia we jimifo a we ne say one Ibrahim Mahama company no international company internationally reputable company na obi nim say internationally recognized me pacho. Ye papa Gabi Ochredako. Sorry, say me the neighbor conversation with him. Ye papa your friend is saying they are obeyari. Oh.
Oforiata.
There be a back on. Your own friend is saying.
Oh.
Asante, Nana Asante be there too. You made that say. The patrol, these were also private individuals. Now they are only affiliation. They say omone president no ya down for na so omone ne yebusuya. But sa kwase ya na saying yes say Ibrahim Mahama akotoka ama no e de ada na se e wo ne nkwase adwuma wodi yi. Na omoti opposition can say Sebio Nanado edi ni nuanom ahyehyehye neamemu a omudidi ewo bra na these are private individuals omo private legal firm obi to say what's the name Gabi amebo ni din first okutono ankasa ne private company oyusu edi making isika eno ye one Asante bedi etuo Sebium prediasa owo no ankasa ne private business na oye nanso
kind of data bank
ode fakent to second dey no ye finance minister and I don't even want to even go there. Let me just address this boy quickly kakra bi mame now Yembra Ekufuadom maneso they had their private companies ebinom kra de consortium and a formal year kire se enyo mu ni na enyo mo dia solely enu nti ba obekai nsuomunam na Kevin Taylor aye ni yepi said the onwe adwe epudema Ghana ene kwasie aye friend Rafi ene Oliver Baker we movo kwase ampani a omo te sa akaba no ese Ekufuadom mane de se wo kura company ya aban e na diska amom Ekufuadom na awie ska de amom no mo de ye business. Gabi Ochredako was a lawyer before Nanado became president. Nanso yese Gabi Ochredako no sebio Nanado na awie ska e de ama no e na ono anya no hotam. Obi a winima Asante bedi etu obi anim sa Asante bedi etu na onya mobo wi ase oye a well to do man na no awo no anensa no sika dada. Nanso na krofo we say we ye Nanado sebi ebusuani a into super wuntumi ntombi because okoton toes are uwie ska Nanado awie ska no de ahye udwa se koton toes. This is what they did. And then Ralph beka kire yen say wo a onte ase say Ibrahim Mahama ye international and a private or a private citizen. Ibrahim Mahama a private citizen enuhunti ono de se okokoto plane ana okokoto bibia we cannot query it, we cannot answer it, or we cannot ask for answers. But say Nana Akufo-Addo adamfo, Nana Akufo-Addo nia, Nana Akufo-Addo wafase, etumi koto bibi dia, eno de ye Nana Akufo-Addo ena ewie sika de ama no. Sa kwasia we ka kire wo Ghana babunu so no dwene wo. Ebra na MPP opposition. Every week be a demonstration okobi. Meboa. Demonstration na ense so ote say about time a ekwo wo kra so mo ko demonstration a o so no so timu bi onyem. And or de dada wo Ghana babunu ne say ono raf no oniminyansa chi wunti bua no na support ne nkwase adwuma ne nkwase demonstration no na Ibrahim Mahama ne John Dramani Mahama emra power na omuntumi be pejo no nsi ye na wo papa koko na ode hwa no ye ntumi ntua papa koko ka emani nya bi ma mama ye di nkwase asem listening to fools like this. Abua we ya sabi ohun ne to pepe sa boy we ye ne o run the boxer shorts to a bi tari mu we no no to me gina simpie so ehwe na nado anim edidi na nado atem edidi bawumi atem edidi samira atem edidi wo mo asabi ye party mpanifo no mu didi o matem adenti a yese na nado awie scam mo ene ama wo mo de to na nado so na nado awia omo baaye eye womo na akwakochi om yete ha muka chese data bank ye krono ama wo ya ne hwe data bank iso dada denina mu NDC for money data bank ye juma na nado bedi ade a all of a sudden data bank eye demonic but mu ko peska de the data bank is good munye scanning we the data bank is good. This is the stupid thing, the stupid raf indoctrinated fools to believe. Boy, we nko dware ntwitwi ne se ahomache na boy we afro video. Boy you, o wa no afro video. Felix come online na we yanko, brane yanko. Te say Jimie because opese o showmanship. Na Ibrahim Mahama, John Mahama ne NDC for oh Rafi adwuma maye enne ampa eba ye reward no. Rafu ana sebe ne ntade mu pruka ni nika to atete ne hu mfifire tantan ye ne ono otumi se suit eco parliament ende sa kwasia Rafu e be ka kire ye se Ibrahim Mahama play na wakoto ne de ye ntumi nka ho hwe because oye private citizen and oye private business abua gabi o kire da oye government business Asante bedi etu oye government business. Insuomenam eye government business. Na enye private. Na so enam tumi ana mo pe beyi tumi ana mo pe de be jimi wo Ghana. NDC fo abeyifo tumi ana mo pe de be say Ghana shebre atete Ghana shebre nti. Mo ma ni luku se bi ompre biasa. Akufo-Addo sorry ana de nsa abu skem na de ama na busu ase mo ndi nkodi nse no. Na mo ka asa nkwase asem no di papa na ni wie. Na mo de say ayen yen awhwe pese bo de dia is unim omo ye so dumb to the point say unim say so far invest omo ready to budget you. They are so foolish. You see some party no wonder they will glorify people like Raf omo Jimmy amayo mo hwehwe we ready to a budget, we ready to State of the Nation's address. What does that tell you? Aketu. The next State of the Nation's address and our budget here will be reading. Now you get ready akoye den akoto aba. The last State of the Nation's address any budget here will be reading. Now ya to aba wie ma ye new president if a government has changed. What here? Ye den kokon ketenkete da o. Ujimie okwasia say ye da o. Ene wudi akire ene yezu eyeza. Ena Ralph kwasi ampani na sabi wontumi nware no wono ena dictate se bra fa wo tumi wo youth no a wo bre no jai school na wo kono jai adwuma na wo pen twa no so na bra bedi me Ralph mechi na yenkoye den yenkonkoye demonstration ene ne benz no nyaye ode watenem ye mu bi betna ha Ya mu bi betena ha. Ye kasa pamucho say hey. The ankrofo we ye ni na ye certain Ghana for mamunti omo. Me se preko we ogina ho ema obi bewuye adan ya galamsey nti. Ene galamsey to etwa. When was the last time I who said Ralph said okoye galamsey? Me Ralph. Me ne Ralph kasa yes. I say we makano hada. Ena me bisa and say every demonstration be a wujinem into what they are ye. In case as a NDC ba na ye call demonstration a obebe bia na. Or say or no, the only demonstration or be part of it a demonstration a etia MPP any Akufo-Addo. And so from that day, and I'm a tia says, oh, and it's not focus a boy in the agenda, and some pay agenda. We empower this boy to speak foolishness to the ears of Ghanaians. Muntien kwasi asem no more.
Listen, where your continent here, if you are to mention 5 miners, our more chromia globally, obeboni di account.
Unit A, Debbie. A card. You, or say your boy Ibrahim. Or say Ibrahim Mahama, continent here, Africa, an African continent. Say ye pay miners here, and our mining companies here. You can 1 to 5 or say 1 to 6 here, or come home. Me pacho Mokai Sicilia dapa, and I'm with Fino. Nikunu ye den. Nikunu ye one of the topmost architects in the whole of Africa, not just West Africa. West CCC buildings, and as a what draw buildings, I can see Ebiwo Egypt, Tunisia, South Africa, all over, and a renowned away architect. Ye can't say Sicilia dapa, and to me, Massa Bibia Yera on almost a debby. Nikunu Nubia. However, Ibrahim Mahama dear, so Okoto play now, Yamba justifies say, oh, or your international firm. But say MPP ni international firm no the do Jumadia. Only Mr. Gabriel Chidakon or firm or UK. Gabriel Chidakon or firm is it great? No, is it Grenada? No, but is it Grenada? Yeah, might be Grenada. Inti say Mahama for the UK. But say MPP ni dia and the yampene. Sound kwasi ade no and a boys we ebedi in Ghana. Yanto ano so.
The mining company account, and you ask me how much is a private jet? Kwasia onyesika o PBS. Scanner mo ten ya mo de man no de dia akoto.
Or say Ibrahim Mahama onyesika o PDS. Onyesika o PDS. Me pa cho PDS. Mama yankasa o. Sika hin e free mu ba ya ye cheye. Me pa cho mo fa me tu dwane enhwe. And people listen to such a foolish idiot because Jumama NDC a more party. Party a akwasiampa fu ewum 1 million. Na semi akwasiampa fu 4 million. Eka party a enitema edema Ghana. Or say Ibrahim Mahama de or international. Data bank. A international ma NDC for crowd Jumada. Eda so the Jumen. What did Ralph and his almost sponsor no his stupid sponsors? Ralph and his NDC stupid sponsors. What did they say about that? And then okay. This time around, yeah, it is first. No, we are going to match these guys. We are going to match them to the point and say we shall make the system uncomfortable for them to even pick up a mic and say, "Who could not baby akokasa?" Or no, dear, Sebio say ne boss Ibrahim Mahama eto jetia is because international minor. But Keno for real ta onusukra international bank data bank. And yes, what did you be sick of? There be no workers who didn't crofusicate the debby. Or no, dear Sabio on to me po home frama. Nane Kufuadwa or no, or what companies are no what companies or no own niska. But Ibrahim Mahama. On one kasa numuto nanado abuwa ne pen. Ono to private jet there who deserve say so to private jet. Me say boys we mumbe woo. Sometimes enye duabo me kan okre na achiro because nanado no mo ye mpanifu. And nam otan ne nkwase sika bi no mu koje. Say yem fanda ne Ghana for mebunu agene no. Sa otan hunu e de say no ehun sunsanso obeba. Na bebre ni be yo wuo sa boys we no mo ebe gina mu ebe keka ni am enim the same penny for all because say ye pese ya ban ba power no bebre ebe wu mo de mo wa ha mo be say Felix wo kasa ebe ba ene otwi benz odin say you okay nti o medi di atem no nko yanko stick with the
private jet onye sika we e first sky train sky train amoka asem wo ye no na mwanye ebesi mbe sika ne ye hu ye no enu
me pacho sky train ye ni na ye wa ha ne de ye papa ameye kumfinom e de omko so o edi say sika bi 2 million cedis bi mebo a akofa be bi a nssefa na o de omko court me pacho ene case na ekusise obi nkan kire me pacho yes sky train na boy we enu ntu ogina so a odidi MPP fu atem no we be gina o sese yen kwasea ne mmoa no Godfred Mate your stupid NDC brother is here insulting my party, so I'm also reciprocating, or I'm also giving him the same hit to his stupid party NDC that he works for and joins. What is good for the goose must be good for the gander, and it's that simple. That is what is going on here. So yes, I'm very all right. I'm very, very all right. Listen to this idiot. Skyline, mepacho or Sky Train, I can't see a bay. They claim say 2 million was misappropriated, according to them. 2 million was misappropriated. And on day a confinomo echo court. And I can say me person me bisa NDC for us as a case in a kusi saying. Omono wa bemu. Omono wa bemu. NDC ne wa bemu. Sikabe no me yidi amaye from Sky Train. But opeso be didi atem to washe da cover Sky Train no ede bekasa. Yanko yenim.
Nungwa your friend is saying Kofi Annan ho to your friend is saying Nungwa barrier. A quina na mo ye no na mo enwie no enu hu ska no de mo tell na mo de man no de koye.
Me pa cho e kwan ye mfesika obi a wo nyansani bia ma enwe ne se Rafi o nyansani wa jimi. Utie ma me nkyere wade onim de okakra ye tua ne ka o medina nkan kwase asem keke. Government kwan ye ma uska se jefa koye kwan da bi. Na waka se sika ye de koye nungwa akwan na man ye no mache. Onim nyansa ene yeso so san kwase afo we no so. Osi sika ye de koye nungwa no. Nungwa akwan no. Ono Raf no sika ye de koye nu ena ya che. Na se sika ni bi na Ibrahim Mahama enya odi akoto private jet. Number 1, government contract say ye koye road. Raf Jimmy Fue a unsua de Raf me ho kankan ye Raf awanya akwase ampa fo di wachi. Number 1, yen Suezca $30 million, 30 million cedis. And farmer contractor say je na fa koye kwan right away. Yen ne sa. It's never done that way. But on tiase on to ne bo asinkusua. On konko hwehwem. Obebe be gina online. Na where did the attempt kwa because obi akokan bibia etia ne boss wa wama ne benz nti sa dia Raf obi akokan Ibrahim Mahama asem o kwana ko defend and we be gina ho and we defend now ye wa ha ye ntie bi o
to we na mo ye na mo nwie no eno sika no dia mo che
and now buy but say NDC for to motorway no so meaning how true it is but choma mo Ghana na mo betumi confirm mo amame motorway na ye start here no mate say NDC for ato so according to Raf sika na na say ye dey motorway na yan wie no ya chedi utie Patrick o say ya chedi na eye no bi and Ibrahim Mahama de ne share akọ nti ye baby say NDC for ba me patro ma kwaji sika foforo mo de continue project na nyansa na ye de kasa wa he enye emotions tieni pa Ralph say motorway na ye na yan wie no the motorway tema motorway ya yan wie no say sika no na yan MPP for ye wie a ya che ena Ibrahim Mahama age ne share ena odi akoto private jet nti any logical person bia baby say yo me pa cho motorway na mobile a moto aso no say ampa say MPP for wie motorway ni sika because that is what they are lying to people and it's canomedy and the reason is omoba abem no omo kono na sika bia say edi adwuma bia no medi to omo dwen say sa na be but omoba ye omo say omo to motorway no so enne me gidi se mo amo we Ghana mo be dia dance say motorway no ye say ye den ye to aso me pa jo so ati ase na atwade o sika MPP for achedi sika MPP for edie eye den ena say sika na sebio MPP for edi no NDC for betumi de say sika na ba be den e ba be to a project so you see the odwen say o ka bibi o odwen say o ka bi Patrick odwen say o ka bibi manase yen MPP for but onim say he is incriminating and implicating on one self and the boss say omo yakwasiampa for omo nwene nkokan. They don't think about the propaganda they do. They just do it. Yan can't do them ni yanko.
ya onya ye no eno de ne dia kwakoto ye fa ne sen cathedral put me pese me
untumi nka cathedral asem kwasiampa ni ka wanu tum untumi nka cathedral asem meti so obi so betena ha be ka cathedral owo he Marty, you said it is better to buy a jet than to dig a hole as a cathedral. You are an idiot. And this is the reason why I will term you as an idiot. Me pacho, MPP as a government said they want to build a cathedral. And NDC for say, yam pene ma yensi cathedral no because enya dia ehia Ghana say. Enya sa form rani yankasa o. Ya di nyansa na ebe kasa wa. NDC for say, ye ndidi me dokno bo 5 CD. Eno hunti ye de yam pene ema yensi cathedral no. Ene nyame adom, nyame tie omompaibo. Ena yensi cathedral no. Inti se nye beyi a eye NDC for a. Ade no wo se ehu hia inti wo mpene ema yensi. Ade na wo mpene ma yensi no. Yensi a wasan a bebe bebi sa se ade nti na yensi sa ade no. Wo ye beifo. Obi afa na adwene mra o Patrick. Mesi ade we mpene ma ne ma mpene nti sa ade na mba sanka a victory for me. Say yentumi yensi cathedral na sanka NDC for bushiri. But the same NDC ni bisa sa ade nti na wensi cathedral no. Cathedral na mpene ma mensi no. O say bisa sa ade nti na mensi cathedral no. Wo beifo. Enye politics. Sa ade na enye politics. Cathedral must start ye must can ofori ate diska. Mo de ne kwatena censorship meboa. Ena mo ankasa mo PIAC report ekobugbo mo okujato ablok wa ye ne sen say gede say alatafo gede a omode kwaje aware ne se gase mekeka nkwase asem e parliamentary select committee so ekowi akire na ofori atafa no ho edison ye se wonwi eske bi amfa bibia mo se na ebi mo ntia se ye be audit ena mo ma Deloitte ye audit raw bipartisan a committee esanso ye den another audit and also lawyer ena mo ba abemu by the orders of the president of the land John Dramani Mahama mo sanso ye another audit And a John Mahama ba press conference back actually say every penny that was spent on the cathedral was legal. There was nothing wrong with it. And you mean but NDC kwasi penny and adwene ni ho or makwasie ya one more brother. The awaya ne se obesen krofo de adidie. Eba be ka kire wo MPP ni we sao e say be wo babunu no to stick with their stupid lies that they said against us. Their stupid lies. Cathedral now, one day cathedral is my baby. Sometimes I'm okay. Ukuja to bro kwa sorry. On chichi ne sekra. No de na hun sabe na no hun totro. No de abetena pia krepo kaya. Like the cathedral is my baby. The cathedral is my baby. Ukuja to bro kwa nka wunya ni ye moso de eja. Eyi sabe. Eyi Bato Michael Jackson. Nka wunya ne ya na nka se bi brodu yi. Ana se nye brodu akra na. Wo de fa yi brode sebe brode be o wa yi na o de wi yi na de sebe bidie wo de atu se abrokwa ntutwe ne se utiwe kaka wura agi uti ni na afa o maame aseda ye nku asi ho abrokwa sori anopa anka obedware e de kaka wura nku ni bi be keka ni tirim na kaka wura na akono da bi o okokonkwase antokwa otan bi abehye ni mu anadwo ni nti no obese obetena parliament wo bakra na no ntotro na de abetena no wo kankwase asem NDC for 5 days. That's why I say mo Jimmy na men to sebe NDC I say open party and a microphone Jimmy pan wo ma adwene wo for mo NDC because they are easily say a party be okan ya no mo so cathedral na mode call ye no already 5 days amode interrogate can operator no man nya bibi amfantai no eno nkoda nchen ya ye audit no so anya den audit no so say there is nothing wrong my second audit nothing wrong my babemu my bipartisan audit nothing wrong. Then 4 times, the last time was when the Attorney General came and said say there is nothing. I say cathedral. Into one who say ne. Attorney General, what is that? Oka cathedral? I said, maybe so. If indeed there's a case to follow in the cathedral, why is the Attorney General not giving us an update on the cathedral? Maybe some. Obi wa hebia. Cathedral, say a project. And a scandal about home. And every project, every time they are I never be catch and they are yenti adenti we end this ni na nyansa wo trima no we bisa say cathedral ya kwato abayeka cathedral ya ba bem ya cathedral aden na yem panifo no come announcement ya say no ma jai cathedral na bo adenti ya aden and end this for jai cathedral na bo because there was nothing there and until you see be the SML which they are going to lose again. And until can offerata answer questions. Questions will be to me answer online. He doesn't have to be there present. Unless say what charge and say my charge also where we are we bra say ni say no nipa ne so womba. What say near maybe sikabi won tia see intino ombra no mechiri mu keke. That is all. That is all. So how can he talk about the cathedral? You can't talk about the cathedral.
Kwasi ampeni se onye sika wen onye sika e won kwasi sika mu wi aye sika ye de ma obi mu so mo nkonko due buro entam feeding school feeding program no mo ndia no eno wo bi e no de
yo yepe kwasi a ye man discuss won koye project ya went to me amfan ya John Dramani Mahama ne na ban NDC 1 Raf utie se MPP for ye kwasi afo a na ye ya kromfo a ye pe kromfo a ye de adwuma man ni ska man se won koye a went to me anya John Mahama cause odi ade ansa na sebe na nado ye be di ade ndi se na nado ye kromfo a John Mahama ene kire no kro no bo one na yere Lodina ene kire no kro no bo Rafuti me say na mo screenshot to sa de we na mo fa ma no we say na mo kan screen record na mo fa nkoma Rafu ma me se na nado ni MPP for ye yankwase afo akromfo a nem de kwase akromfo a edi nkan ba Ghana ansa na nado no mo ba no John Mahama 2013 to 2017 because some no mudi nkan ba ye Omo no mo beto staglime ane ya ji 200 million raf kwase a minsuya de minim fact 200 million staglime project omu free so no na omo edimu 197 million utie 197 million ye wa ha na ye beka kire se iso photo se mo kai raf okay enti ye pe wo mo ya kromfo a ye mo musika so mo fa nkoye Ghana adwuma omu kodi no mo fa nye adwuma John Mahama ne na ban ya the first one so se kwase bi sie bi wo ba bi a ese so mo na ebi nka sie mo kwase first utie ebio John Dramani Mahama nkwani obi a ye diska man say seska we ye hwe wukuro mu a hia wo hododo fakọ gugu omuko mu ma omo na okodua nnua aboy wo se ye de na ye se den ye koye school feeding program for farm and ye diska there is no evidence to even that yembisa Ralph say eyi be mu na ka say ye bema say bio school feeding for efu ana omo se omo nkoye no omo akodi it's never like that meanwhile abotre okay enti sabio Raf say ye po bi a wo mo di nkan be ya akwasiampafo be bo akwasiampafo mra NDC fo ne di nkan ba mu first me di nkan boss agreement ma bossika ye de man say won fe nkodua nnua e wo no ani krom a odi ye sebe ono ankasa kofa say o se one day oni lodina e kwaji omani na omuji omani na ne koba ne se esese omonante kakra omutu omani a en confirm ene ye de nom Guinness na ebema ne do ne kon enu nti ono Mahama e de koto mpanifu ehwe Ghana so anim se baby edu no moma yenya en confirm eti Ralph ye pekwase bia na ban ye de sikama ne se won fa nkon yen en confirm no yanti omonka besi na eye NDC aban wo waban wo Ralph kwase na ye wo waban se ye po bia woji sika so wo de koye adwuma nanso wodi ya ye huhu mfaso a eye wo Ralph kwase ene won krofo a ye from NDC ho omo ne di se adwuma
koye visa scandal sika ne dia mu che ye na mo de ma omo no say yes mu mienu nia ye se mo ya de ba ko we nya wa ha no wate no wa ma we bi na we sune wa ma we bi enti anu mu
visa scandal mokai say CID for investigate visa scandal. What was the verdict? Mokai. You see, omu wieska, and they are blatantly telling Ghanaians say you wieska intimon come anuntum because yes, we have mamu instances are yen yesu so be diska. Mufra bem 1 year to 2 years. Ni one match is we diska be into no more than akokota akwaje $1 credit abro buy. He said be abuy no. None. And now it is only in ND, but it is normal. Inflation abafom. SSA nipa to me tade. E nipa ne say into me nto. Enye jimie. Mo amusu economics kakra wa. Ase me wonti ase ma me. Inflation abafom. Prices are dropping, but I can't buy. Logic be no. Oni adofo awuti me ti asem we humbi mama ye nwene dia adwene NDC fo amasa akwase ampafo we pese sebe ye e wo Ghana ebra oman ni mu eden asai oman na tete apansam eni amabo eden me kodwa so a mitumeto dollar e wo soro ni amabo wo soro inflation bibia wo soro me kwa mitumeto dollar abafom inflation abafom ukodwa so adwadifo say ye nto ade ubisa wo mu edi dwane so so mu niska o mo be kwakodi nti se wonye kwasea sabiom preduasa onyo obi a wadwene nya adwuma oman a neama ne bo eden no utumi to obi diye e de hwe wabusua ene oman a neama na abafom ba untumi nto bi mfa ntwe wabusua mu de na nka betena mama wo se mama ya ma ye ho kwan ma NDC fo eba be dada yen aka kyerɛ sɛ ene sɛ yɛma 2,500 as koko kriani a yaboa wo pa. Now I learned something bi. So Osha Article 71 emolument here. One of the things and then say omo market to any yentisu all the time. I saw market to your kosoro. Politicians now more article away 71. Or no untumi ntina ketu ya so. De bia na ketu ya necessary kosoro. But also who kriani no. Ono aban na or car se bra na onso who kriani ase no untumi mfa ne konkoje ka ma. Enunti sa scan ese ono aban ne kohwehwe ma no tua wo koko ni sika ma no ontua into what wo koko so na wo suffer the pain. Anka onya no help ma wo. Osan ahye wabufuo ekuro na eda onan no osan ede meko hyemu akere wo se ono no wonyansa sabio echen enunti wo kuani a sebe unim fertilizer wo calculate to be afefefe unim nyansa na unim 1 and 2. Yes, unim left from your right enunti ono ma 2,500. Say 2,500 no and you better change will be at almost 3,100. And so when ekuafo na ya se de tue scam omo say omo mra ra no mo meka say na ekuafo no yate aban na ase e na yate aban na ase no monhwa ade o say ekuafo no say enne okofa 2,000 na offer 3,100 Ghana cedis na o de to ho na wo ka chene say on tusu ba ko no fa obekwa kotu so 3,100 tio kriani na NDC ni ati ni sika so ni production cost ana kwan ofa so de ye eka ba ko ekosoro ne ka adoso eni amabo aba fom ontumi nya bi nto ana ontumi nya sika na ono edi akoyede edi akotobi kriani ni sika na ya te so aba 2,500